Hello everyone, I'm Justin Baldwin and welcome to another episode of the Tequila Tuesday show. Today's company that we're talking about was founded by Ken Austin and Kenny Dichter. That company is Avion. Now, in previous episodes, you probably noticed that I kind of built suspense up to the tequila name. And then before I recorded this, I was like, wait, I put the tequila name in the title. So, not going to do that anymore. It doesn't really make sense. It's kind of a weird build up to something that everyone already knows what's going to happen. It's like rewatching a movie, which I hate doing. Never do that. But, so, Avion, ultra premium tequila. You've probably seen it on the top shelf of ABC stores or Mexican restaurant. And after they cut their agaves from Jesus Maria in Jalisco, Mexico, they cook them in brick ovens for 3 days. And the brick ovens thing is something that you've probably heard before. That's going to be a staple as we continue to talk about premium and ultra premium tequilas. They all use brick ovens. So they do that for 3 days. And as far as the distillation, the stills that they use, I couldn't find information on their website or even Googling other articles. So I'm not sure if they use stainless steel or if they use copper. But a lot of other premium tequilas use copper pot stills, so I would assume that's what they use, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do some more digging, and I'll talk about that at some point in the future. Now, their filtration process, they say is proprietary, and that it's super slow, it's ultra slow, it's way longer than anyone else. May or may not be true, but that's something that they're proud of. Now, I will say this. In 2012, they won the Best Tasting White Spirit Award. That is out of every vodka, that's out of every white rum, that's out of every gin, and that's out of every tequila. At that time, they won the Best Tasting White Spirit out of all of those. Again, every vodka, every gin, every white rum, and obviously every tequila at the time, they won that award. The silver did, actually, which we're going to try today. So I'm really, really excited to do that. And if you've ever seen the show Entourage, at one point you would have seen this in there. And that's because Kenny Dichter, who is the co-founder of Avion, is friends with the creator of the show. And so they talked, and they got free placement in that episode. Over 2 million people saw that, and that really escalated them to where they are today. And in 2018, we talked about a acquisition a few episodes ago, but Pernod Ricard bought all of the shares of Avion in 2018. For an undisclosed amount, at least $100 million is what we assume. So, this is what the bottle comes in, a really nice, cool, cylindrical box, for lack of a better term. It's going to tell you the batch right here that the tequila that you're about to drink came from. It's got the signatures, the founders, and it says right here, Jesus Maria, Mexico, 100% agave. Like we talked about before, that's all you should drink. So, let's take a look at this. That's cool. It has their 3-word slogan right here in Spanish on the sticker. And again, normally that's probably real loud, but normally in previous episodes I've talked a lot about the company, what they do, how they make their tequilas and different stuff they're in, but maybe because it's a fairly new company, their website was pretty basic as far as information on the company, and I actually had to go outside of the website to find a lot of the information that we just went over. So, a fairly simple bottle. In my opinion, just completely see-through, just some basic wording right here. On the label, again, it has the signatures, it has the bottle number, which is cool. It has the bottle number right here, and then the batch number is right above that. So that's definitely something. And again, they have their slogan right here embroidered on this. It looks like, you know, when you were a kid and you would go to like a museum or something, you could put a penny in there and crank it and it would flatten it out and kind of imprint it. That's what this looks and feels like. So that's pretty cool. Really excited to try this. And if you ever wondered, most of the time we're going to be trying the silver version of the tequila of that company, and that's because it's the purest form. It's not really, like I've talked about before, anywhere to hide something, because it's not aged at all. So it's the purest tequila possible, and somehow I have managed to, you know what, we're just going to leave it like it is. Now, on some of the smaller bottles, it is written, they do have ink on them, but let's try this here. They claim to use also 30% more agave in their tequila, and making us proudly inefficient as a tequila producer. So every bottle is filled and hand pinned with a batch number and unique bottle number, like I was just telling you about right here. So apparently, even though it's in white, that is some sort of handwritten, which is cool. I thought it was printed on there, like the signatures, but apparently it's handwritten. So that's something that's pretty cool and unique. You can definitely smell the extra agave in here as you swirl it around. It's got good legs running down fairly slowly. And again, one day I'm going to do on a video on what that means when I'm talking about the legs running down. Feel free to Google it if you like, but you can definitely smell the extra agave. That's definitely a combination I have not tasted before. Not bad at all. Definitely has a little bit more earthy feel to it than other tequilas we've tried. Definitely can taste that extra agave in this. Fairly smooth. Doesn't have a bite in the back of the throat, which is nice. That's very, very good. Wow. Very good. Definitely recommend that you try this. I don't know, it's a flavor that I haven't really felt and tasted in a silver tequila. I don't know really how to explain it. You have to try it for yourself. But the next time you're hopping by the ABC store, they do have a smaller version. If you don't want to get the 750 milliliter, they have a smaller version that you can try. I recommend you to taste it first without putting it in a mixed drink. But wow, that was very good. Excellent job. Wow. Definitely recommend that you try this. And I would be amiss without saying, right now, if you're seeing this years from now, America's in the midst of an issue. And recently, a guy by the name of George Floyd had his life taken at the hands of police officers in a undeniably horrific, obscene act. And I've been doing a lot of listening because it's difficult to be able to relate and understand an issue that you don't have to face. And really, you know, this whole white privilege thing and it's not that they're upset about just this instance. It's a continual, not just police, the whole system that is, if not built against them, it just happens to, it just is. And it's easy to say, no, it's not, but the more you listen and the more you understand, you really start to feel it, what's going on and what they're dealing with and what they're facing. And I heard it explained really well this way, that white privilege, the best way to explain it is that yes, as a white person, our life might be hard, but it's not hard because of the color of our skin. And in a very, when he said that, it really opened my eyes, opened my heart to what exactly they're having issues with. And again, with the video of the lady basically weaponizing that man's color against him, and then Ahmaud Arbery happening, and it's just a lot of catalyst. And again, people were all cooped up, and so as soon as we get out, bam, 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 this happens. So we're at a crossroads. One thing I am glad for is that there's no way at all that two sides of this story can be argued. It's very direct, very clear. There's no way around it. What happened was wrong. So what I'm hoping is that it brings unity from both sides against an issue that is police brutality. And, you know, the whole looting and rioting thing, I don't agree with it. A lot of people of color, influencers, businessmen, people in sports don't agree with it, but he put it really good this way, how they've tried the peaceful attention getting so long and nothing's happened, that at some point of grief is anger. And the last example he gave was kneeling during the national anthem by Kaepernick, and that issue became about the flag, and that was never the goal, and peacefully nothing happened. So now it's to a boiling point where they're screaming, trying to get the attention of the people that can make a difference and make a change. And another issue is, so with George Floyd, I was listening to a conversation, an interview with T.D. Jakes, and he was saying that if a person of color commits a crime, he deserves to be arrested, that's fine. That's not the issue. They're not wanting that to not happen. What they're wanting is to not be arrested, convicted, tried, and executed right there on the sidewalk. Whenever a mass murderer who killed 8 black people in the AME church gets arrested and then is taken to get something to eat at Burger King and his meal's paid for by the police before he's taken to jail. That's the issue. Things like that, where it's a very clear difference in mindset in the system of, now not all police are bad. I used to be a law enforcement officer, so I understand. I can say not all people are bad, but what I will say is that the ones that are good have to weed out the ones that are bad. Because when you're going out into the community trying to make a difference and you have these bad apples that are, that's really what's seen. That's what's recorded, not only on social media, but for history. That's what's reported. So we got to do a better job of weeding those people out. But that's neither here nor there. So here's to, I implore you to be open-minded, to think and to listen before you make a judgment, and to understand the issues at hand. And this is not just a black or white issue. This is a human issue. This is an American issue that has to be fixed. It has to be taken care of. So, enjoy your drink. And here's to the belief that in the end hate will lose, that good will stand up and speak and drive hate back to the hole that it came from so that it cannot flourish. And here's to a future America where equality is real and it's not a figment of our imagination. And to all the people that have suffered injustice, keep your head up. We're gonna fight this and we will win. I'll see you next week for another episode of the Tequila Tuesday show. Have a good night.